Hi everybody, it's Amy from Winter Wood Studio. Welcome to my cold, rainy, yucky, it's not yucky, it is yucky outside, not in here, studio. Today we're doing a mishmash art studio kind of chat video that made no sense. But we're gonna have a ton of fun this week. I have tons of footage of art that I've been making. I've been very, what's the word, active? Prolific the last few weeks. I've done tons of painting, and I have tons of footage saved up. So we'll be looking at, I'm sure, some art. I'll be popping things up too because I'm filming this on a Monday. So in case I add anything else in. But the main thing we're going to be doing this week is facing my biggest, most scary, most terrifying, worst. That's most worst is not right. My worst art fear in the whole world. It's time to tackle it. I'm going to do it. I've said before I was going to do it a bunch of times and I haven't done it. I'm doing it this week. So, oh, and I also have a little present from Paul Rubens to open and try out too. So grab yourself something nice to drink, something cozy if it's cold where you are, or something nice and refreshing if it's hot, lucky you, and come on into my studio and we will have a nice little time together. Okay, so I'm filming this. I'm actually a little bit ahead on video, so I'm filming this on April 14th, but it's going to go up May 3rd. And it is, like I said, April 14th, and we're supposed to get 8 inches of snow tonight. I don't want it. I'm hoping it doesn't come. It's raining right now. It's cold. It's like 39 degrees and rain, and I would just be happy if it just stayed that way, but we will see what happens. So, as I said in the intro, I'm doing something really scary this week, and I'm really scared. I mean, I'm scared. So I'm an artist, and I do sell like illustrations and commissions and work that people ask me to make and all of that. I have never tried to sell any of my original art that I make for myself because I want to make it. That you've seen a lot of over the last 2 years here on my YouTube channel. It is piling up in my house. There's a lot of it, and it's really scary. I'm going to talk about it while I open this. But so I've said before multiple times that I'm going to try to sell my art. I have a shop. I have jewelry in it. There's like 2 pieces of art in it that I put up and then didn't do anymore because I was scared. Oh, this is so pretty. Look at the box, you guys. It's so pretty. This is, I think I said, from Paul Rubens. They sent it to me just to try it out. It's not sponsored or anything like that. But I'm so scared. I'm so scared. And this is going to be very brutally honest, but like the thought of putting up art for sale, my art for sale, like immediately a voice in my head says like, who do you think you are? You can't sell your art. You're not an artist. It's not good enough to sell. Nobody's going to want it. Who do you think you are? And that is brutally honest. And I wasn't sure if I should even say that to start, but it's the truth, so I'm saying it. And like I said, it is May 3rd. I've been talking about it. I started talking about it 2 weeks ago in videos to hold myself to a deadline, and I said May 3rd, things are going to go up for sale. And they are. If you're a Patreon, you had access starting last night, Friday, the May 2nd, and everybody else will have access today around 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern. 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central. So let's look at this pretty box. Look at it. It is so pretty. This is perfect for spring. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Look at the little cloth. That's so cute. Oh, and pink. So pretty. Okay, let's see what this is. I like the pink. I like pink. We will open it up, and there is a little info sheet and another little info sheet with some swatching spaces. And there they are. This is their floral set. What a pretty range of colors, huh? So pretty. So pretty. We're going to have to unwrap them and play with them a little bit this week. I'm just taking a look. They are... I don't have my reading glasses on. They look like they're... I don't know if they're in English, so I might have trouble reading it. So it says parchment yellow medium, but everything else is in, I think, Chinese? Japanese? Chinese? I don't know. I'm sorry. Whoops. So I don't know, like, what the light fast rating is for any of these or what the pigments are. So be aware of that. I dropped that one. Yeah, there's nothing that says, but they will still be fun to play with. If anybody has the light fast info, the glasses. If anybody has the light fast info anywhere and would like to share it, please do so in the comments. But it'll be fun. They're very pretty. It'll be fun to play with these. So we will unwrap these. But like I was saying, I'm sure I'm not the only artist that feels like that. And I'm sure it has to do with some stuff that happened in my childhood. But yeah, I have said multiple times that I'm going to put stuff for sale in my shop, and then I don't do it. So by saying May 3rd, I'm holding myself to it. I'm going to do it. And I think, I mean, obviously my greatest fear is that nobody wants to buy any of my stuff, which, you know, I know may not have anything to do with like me per se. Like, I know the economy is really bad right now and everybody's worrying about their IRAs and 401ks. And I went to buy eggs. And they were $10 and I think 99 cents for a carton of 12 where I live. And I'm assuming I'm popping up a picture. I actually took a picture and then didn't buy the eggs. We did not have eggs that week. But so I understand, like, I understand that it's not the best time in the whole world to be selling, you know, art, because that's a luxury and all of that. And I understand all these things, like, rationally, you know, but, like, emotionally is another thing. So, this is probably boring. So I'm gonna unwrap these off camera, and we'll move into some fun art making from this week and some of the other stuff I've been working on, and we'll test these, and, I don't know, maybe I could do a quick flip through of some of the art pieces that are for sale. I am staying somewhat low on the prices since I've never tried to sell anything before. So anything on paper is going to be $2.50 per square inch of like the piece, and anything on canvas, because canvas is more expensive and the paints are more expensive, whether it's oil or acrylic, is going to be $3.50 per square inch, $3.50. So that's my pricing thing, unless it's like a study, and some of them will be labeled studies, and those will be less because they're studies. So that's my plan, and I'm kind of scared. I don't even know if that's like the right place to price them. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I should be pricing more. I don't know if I should be pricing less. Like, it is so hard. It's so hard. I don't know what to do. Yeah. All right, let's go do something fun, and I will unwrap these off camera and not bore you with it. I really liked all the colors. This one seemed a little washed out for some reason, and I think these two might be the same color. It's hard to tell because I couldn't read the labels. And I would have liked to see like some light fast. It does have the pigment numbers here, but it doesn't have the names to correspond, so I don't know. They do seem very pigmented and very vibrant. I like how they included like a cobalt teal type color. And this color right here is beautiful. That's nice. I think maybe I'll play with these a little bit and do like an abstracted landscape or an abstracted floral. I'm going to let this dry and have some lunch and think about what I want to do. Okay, you guys, I have this giant box from Blick that just came, and there's just a few things in it. The camera is already set up overhead, so I'm just going to film opening it this way. I've got a couple new things in here to try that I haven't tried before. So, let's see, how are we going to do this? Here. Okay, so the first thing that I got, if you have watched my channel, you know I'm a really big fan of the ampersand hardboards for taping my watercolor down on, but they're expensive. So these are the Richardson hardboard palettes, which are like half the price. And these top two I actually got to paint on. I think I'm going to try sanding them and gessoing them. They're 16 by 20. And I think I'm going to actually do some painting on these to see if I like them better than canvas. And then these, I needed some new watercolor board. I just scratched that opening it. These are the 18 by 24. Much cheaper than ampersand. So these are for taping my watercolor or other paper down while I'm working on it. So then, inside I just got a few other things. I got a tube of golden Heavybody paint in cobalt teal, which I have never tried before. I'm looking for some really bright colors for painting that I'm having trouble mixing on my own. And staying with that, I also got the Naphthol pink, which I'm hoping, it's not open, I'm hoping it might be close to like a fluorescent pink, but light fast. That's pretty pretty. We'll try it and see. And then I didn't end up ordering all the I needed more sepia Pigma microns, and I didn't order them all in the last batch. So I got 2 08s and 2 05s of the microns, and then I wanted just some really cheap brushes for scrubbing acrylic color onto canvas. These are the Blick Economy, and they were super cheap. They're like $2 each, so we'll try those and see what we think too. I accidentally ruined one of my good brushes scrubbing too hard with it, so we'll try these. So that's my whole little haul. Okay, so I'm in the living room, and the light coming in the window right now is really pretty. So I set up a little folding table, and I'm doing some still lifes, just setting up some little still lifes, trying to capture the light. This is some of the other glassware that I've been trying. Ignore that, I was wiping dust. The glare is kind of bad. It's thunderstorming out, if you would believe it. We had 5 inches of snow yesterday morning, and then it was like 50 and it melted. And now, let's see if we can get out the window. Now it's thunderstorming. Okay, so it's Monday morning and I worked on this over the weekend, and I am not liking this. Even though this is how my reference photo I took of the bleeding hearts in my garden looked last summer, they're too close together and they're too small. I mean, they were that small. They are that small in real life compared to goldfinches, which is what these birds are. But I'm not liking it for the composition of the painting, and it doesn't matter about being realistic. So I'm thinking I'm going to space these out further and make them much, much bigger. But I'm also thinking, go over. So I've got this canvas here, and I thought maybe I might do some practicing of the bleeding hearts on it, probably with acrylics, I'm thinking. And then I did this over the weekend too, just the loose, quick watercolor sketch. I'm testing out these watercolors from Paul Rubens. That's the box. They're the floral set that they sent me to test out, and I am enjoying them so far very much. Okay, so like I said earlier, even though these bleeding hearts were this close together and overlapping and also this small on my reference photo I took in my garden this past summer, I don't like how they look in the painting. I think I might want them larger, but for sure I don't want them overlapping, I think. So before I just paint over everything, I'm going to start by picking and choosing some of these and painting out some of them. Before I start just painting over all of them and making them bigger, because I've been known to do too much too fast and then regret it. So I started by just painting out some of these, and that helped a lot, composition-wise. But I also ended up going in and making them much bigger and more the original darkish, bright reddish pink that I had them, and not the more photo accurate light pink that they are here. I felt like the lightness of them was taking away from the lightness of the birds in the composition, if that makes sense. And I think I looked away for a second there while I was talking, but I think you just saw me add in some big bright red splotches by the bird. I'm still in the blocking in phase on this, and I'm still figuring out like the composition. And in fact, I think when I was just talking about the painting and showing it to you, I had done more on the birds, and I don't like the birds as much now as I did then, especially the bird in the upper right. So I might have to make some changes to that. This is the biggest painting I've ever painted. This was a 24 by 24 inch canvas, and I put some texture paste down first, and I'm having a ton of fun with it. It's definitely looser than my normal style and very playful and bright. I set myself my own little prompt for this painting, and the prompt word I chose was bright. So clearly you can tell. So I had said that I was going to do this study in acrylics, but I didn't. This is oil paint. This was the first layer. All of this was painted at once, a la prima. I may come back in and do another layer. This is drying right now. I haven't decided yet. I kind of like how it's kind of rough and the golden background is peeking through. I tend to overwork things and just keep going and adding more and more details. So I haven't fully decided yet if I'm going to come back in and try to do more, or if I should just leave it. But in any case, I'm letting it dry for a couple days before I do any more anyway. I work non-toxically with oil paint, and the one thing about that is there is a longer dry time, because you can't use things like Liquin. So that's the one drawback, but it's worth it for not painting toxically. So here I am doing a loose watercolor sketch in my sketchbook. It is a Canson XL mixed media sketchbook. It's nothing special. And I meant from the very beginning for this to be just a loose sketch. I'm trying to figure out what I like and what kind of style of art I should be doing. I've been talking about it a lot lately. If you want to check it out, there's multiple videos up about it from the last like month or two. I've been struggling a bit, but you can see by the way I'm holding my brush, I am trying to be looser here and not too detailed. In a minute, I will let this dry, and then I was like, I'm going to put in a few more details, and you'll see immediately I'm clutching the brush right at the end and holding it tight, and I stop and say, this is a sketch in a sketchbook. I'm not going to do that. So I am going to pop in real time here in a minute to talk to you about my thoughts for these watercolors. But I had a lot of fun painting this. They're very pigmented. And also don't forget May 3rd, today, my art is going up for sale. If you'd like to check it out, the shop will be linked down below. It's scary, but I'm doing it. Wish me luck. I think like 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern time, somewhere in there, it'll be up for sale, and yikes, here I go. Okay, so this was just the super fun, super quick, loose sketch in my sketchbook of a photo I took of the sunflowers in my garden last summer. I had a lot of fun doing it. The pigments in this paint, they're very pigmented and beautiful. This is just cheap mixed media paper, but you can see there is some granulation here in this blue, so that is very beautiful as well. I've been trying to work really hard on loosening up and having more fun and enjoying the process and not worrying so much about being super accurate and doing lots of details. I can't remember if I talked about it in this video or not, but I am for sure talking about it in the exclusive studio hangout vlog over on my Patreon this month. It's only $5. There's only one tier. It's only $5. So if you'd like to check that out, I will link that down below. Okay, so I hope you liked that art mishmash video. A reminder, if you'd like to take a look at any of my art that's going to be for sale today, it will be going up around 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern, and I'll have my shop linked down below if you want to check it out. And my Patreon will be down there as well, where we have lots of exclusive videos and studio vlogs and tutorials and all sorts of fun things. There's only one tier. It's only $5. That will be linked down below as well. And until next time, happy creating.